What's going on, guys? This is the Magic Power here, bringing you another ORAS Wi-Fi battle. This one was the last battle for this team. As you can see, we're going up against Red again. We did just have a battle with him like a few battles back, but this one was a good one as well. I literally just had this battle with him. So, yeah. Let's get right into it. I predicted to lead off with Rotom. He does lead off with Rotom. Okay, sorry about that. I just had to let my cat out of the room. So, yeah, he does. I do predict the Rotom lead off, and he does go with that. Or I go with the Gudra just to get some momentum upon him. I'm gonna go for the Toxic, predicting the Volt Switch into possibly Umbreon, but this is probably his best switch, as just to get some offensive pressure on me right away, you know. So he probably also predicted the Toxic, just knowing that that's my best play. But yeah, at this point I'm gonna switch into QH, and don't really want my Sticky Web up. It doesn't really help. It's kind of feeling like a wasted, you know, turn for me. So I'm just gonna stay in and just, you know, take the hit. I did predict this thing to be Choice Banded like it was last time we played, but he does switch out, kind of, you know, playing along with that, as he goes into Birdie, which is obviously complete counter to me, as okay, there we go. Leaf Blade does a considerable amount, considering all things, being 4 times resistant and all. So I'm going to go to my physically defensive wall. I know Seismitoad can eat at least 2 Brave Birds, but he actually does go for the Swords Dance here. Now, if he had gone for Brave Bird that turn, he actually would have swapped out, and that would have been bad for me. So I'm kind of glad he went for Swords Dance, because Seismitoad was my one counter to this Shell Bell Talonflame, and as you can see, I did expect to eat that hit up, and I did in fact eat that hit up, and I did go for Scald and take him out. I also switched out Leavanny just in case I wanted to keep it around, maybe for the Umbreon, but also because I didn't want it to get a Swords Dance up freely, so that's why I did that. But yeah, now in comes Chain Chomp. I also wanted Seismitoad for Chain Chomp, maybe to get a burn with Scald, but I just, you know, let it die at that point, knowing that I can't really do much with it with that much health. So yeah, Seismitoad did some good stuff in these last 3 battles now. But anyway, I'm gonna switch in my Mega Heracross. I know I can eat up an Outrage even, probably, maybe not though. So, but we do get that defense buff with the Mega Evolution. So yeah, he will go for the Earthquake, actually. I'm not sure why. Maybe, yeah, I really don't know why. But judging by that damage, we might not have actually taken an Outrage, but here I'm just going to fire off a Pin Missile. Just get those, you know, many hits off. And we do get a crit there. I'm not sure that one mattered, though. Like, I'm really not sure. If it did, then whatever. It's bound to get a critical hit if it hits 5 times. Sorry, there's a little whistle. That's just my braces. It's kind of, you know, it creates a whistle. So anyway, he brings in the Azumarill. He's going to go for the Aqua Jet. Now, I actually thought he went for Play Rough that turn. I wasn't really paying close attention at this point, so I switched in my Hoopa, hoping, because I thought he went for Play Rough, but he actually went for Aqua Jet, and I switched into my Hoopa, so he gets a Choice Banded Aqua Jet that's going to do over half, and I'm going to substitute, because I predicted the switch, because I thought he went for Play Rough, locked into that, he wouldn't want to stay in, but clearly, you know, yeah. What did I have in before? I forget. I'm not sure that Aqua Jet would have picked up the kill against Heracross, though. I'm really not sure, but anyway, I'm going to go for the Hyperspace Hole. Luckily, it takes him down to the point where Toxic will take him out, so that's nice. Down goes the Azumarill, which is nice. Yeah, by the way, it's nice. Did you know that it's nice yet? Yeah, it's nice, it's nice. Anyway, at this point, he makes a little questionable play here. He goes into Venusaur, which is, I don't understand why. I mean, you have Umbreon right there, but he's just going to Mega Evolve. And I don't have any speed investment in I don't have any speed EVs in this Hoopa, so he will surprisingly outspeed me. It's like the one thing Mega Venusaur outspeeds is a Hoopa. So anyway, I'm gonna go to my Pyroar, which, you know, is kind of something. It's gonna hit something hard, so I just go for the Hyper Voice. There's no reason to go for Flamethrower because Mega Venusaur does have the Thick Fat, and just in case he switch into Rotom, which he did in fact do, we do get this off, and does a good amount, you know, very good amount. He's gonna Hydro Pump though, and at this point I knew my win conditions. I had Mega Heracross and Goodra left, and I think those are my two Pokemon that I needed the most. And yeah, so I will go into Goodra here because without Goodra here, Rotom just Choice Scarf just outspeeds my Heracross and just beats it. So I have to just Toxic here, predicting the switch into Umbreon, but unfortunately he does make the correct play and goes into Venusaur, which was probably his best play. Anyway, I'm gonna go for he does get the Sludge Bomb Poison first turn, which is kind of unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? I do get the Dragon Pulse off just to do something. Maybe, you know, I mean, damage is damage. If he synthesizes, then maybe we can get a free switch into Heracross. But here he goes for Giga Drain, even though I have Sap Sipper. So I'm gonna rest here because I predicted the Sludge Bomb to bring me down low enough to where I'd have to rest. But clearly that didn't happen. I'm gonna get the Resto Chesto off, and at this point, yeah, Umbreon will come in. If the video like stops, then sorry, that's what it's gonna do, because yeah, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, he's gonna bring in the Umbreon. At this point, I want the Toxic off on this thing as much as it's needed, you know. Just wanted to go for it. I could have switched into Heracross there just to preserve some health on my Umbreon or on my Goodra, which was the best play, but I didn't do the best play, obviously. I just look at Umbreon and I think just Toxic that son of a malarkey, you know? Just Toxic it. So that's what I did. This thing, I also got synchronized, which kind of sucks, but what are you gonna do? So I knew I was dying to another foul play. Sorry, my voice is kind of low and kind of monotone, but I don't have much voice to work with at this time. So I'm gonna bring in my Heracross, predicting the foul play. I didn't want my Gucci to go down just yet, just in case it could live a hit from Rotom. So I do eat that foul play up, which is nice and dandy. As I can just Pin Missile here. Nothing wants to take 2 of those, or 10 technically, because there's 5 on each one. But he will switch out because he does want that Umbreon for the Goodra, and he's gonna go into Fat Flower, realizing that it's the most expendable player on his team. As that was definitely his best play. As I'm gonna be able to, you know, do a lot to this guy. As it's gonna bring him down to the red. Mega Heracross with those Pin Missiles is crazy damage. So I'm gonna Earthquake here, realizing that he's not gonna go into Rotom with Fat Flower just sitting here, just a waste of time. You know, and he wouldn't run a risk the Pin Missile, but I didn't want to risk the miss, and I didn't want my defenses to drop just in case I wanted to stay in against Rotom, which I ended up not wanting to stay in anyway. So I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to sack off my Goodra here. At this point, I knew he was going to go for the Hydro Pump, and I knew I wasn't going to live 2 of those with the Toxic damage boiling up. So, yeah, just in case he missed, I did go for the Dragon Pulse on this turn here, but he ends up not missing. He is Choice Scarf, by the way. That's why he didn't go for Thunderbolt, which, I mean, at this point, you know, he hasn't really showed that he's Choice Scarf, because I mean, maybe he has. I don't remember. So at this point, I'm gonna bring in my Heracross. I need him to miss a Hydro Pump, and he does, in fact, miss a Hydro Pump. We're gonna get a Pin Missile off. 8 lands when his Hydro Pump doesn't, and we're just gonna take him out in 1 hit. And at this point, he has Umbreon left. He's just gonna, you know, bring it in. As yeah, it is Toxic, so protecting won't really matter. But he does end up going for the Protect. Maybe, you know, just. No reason though. There's no real reason, because the Toxic cancels out with the Poison, or the leftovers cancel out with the Toxic, I think, or other way around, I'm not sure. But anyway, maybe he got like an extra 5 hit points in that, but it didn't really matter. I'm gonna go for the Close Combat because I didn't want to risk the Pin Missile miss. I knew it was probably gonna kill anyway, as it does in fact kill, and Umbreon goes down. And we win. So if you guys enjoyed, please hit that like button. I'm gonna bring a new team to the next video, so make sure you're ready for that one. And I will see you guys next time.